Good afternoon, Evan. How are you today, kid?
Happy Memorial Day weekend, baby.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to say, but okay.
Well, yes. Look, Memorial Day is about honoring how we're free and how we live in the greatest.
I don't think you say Happy Memorial Day.
No, you do. You
don't say happy,
What? What's your comparison? I'm curious.
I don't know.
There is no comparison.
I'm in such a good mood. Even that type of verbal mistake's not going to bring me down.
It's not a mistake. This is a weekend that truly means honoring the heroes on why and how we live in the freest, greatest country in the world.
Real heroes.
But it's also a weekend in which you're with friends, and that means a lot more this year than ever before because we've been away from friends for a long time.
No masks outside, barbecuing, wiffle balling, swimming, sliding, running, jumping, effing.
Effing?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got carried away.
What are you doing on your weekend?
I got carried away.
We have to take solace in the fact that this is special. Like, I'm going to see family members I haven't seen in a year and a half this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
I'm damn excited about
Good for
it.
you. That's nice.
And I think a lot of people listening are doing the same thing. So, yes, every minute we should think about why this weekend is special and the great country we live in and the heroes that got us here. But also, let's enjoy. We're going to get to do something that for a lot of us, we haven't done in over a year and a half. This is a very different kind of Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, having people over, watching the Knicks tonight, Game 3. I love the fact I ain't got to wait 2 days. The Nets are tonight as well. Okay. The Knicks tonight, 7 o'clock, which is effing awesome.
Are you feeling good? Are you confident?
I am quiet. Well, not quiet about anything.
You're not quiet.
I am confident, but not cocky.
Good.
Here's what I know about the Knicks-Hawks series, and you and I talked about it before the series, and thus far games 1 and 2 have played out, I think, not dictating who won or lost, but exactly what we thought. It's going to be a competitive series. Either team can win every game of the series.
Get this thing back to the Garden 2-2.
Yeah, listen, I think that's the obvious goal. Unlike what we talked about the Islanders last week when I said, hey, house money, they split the one game one.
Different world.
I do agree in this. All the Knicks really have to do is win a game. Obviously, we want them to win both. But coming back home for Game 5 tied at 2, I sign up for that right now. I take that right now. I ain't being greedy. I'm not asking for a sweep in Atlanta and coming home 3-1. If you told me today I could split them up, I'm taking it right now.
You know what I find interesting? Kevin Herter made a comment the other day.
He's the Atlanta Hawk.
Yes, he is a redheaded.
Yeah, you may not know
Hawk.
He's a strange-looking man.
Well, why do you say he's strange?
Because he's strange-looking.
Because he's got red hair?
No, I think that's what makes it strange, but he's a strange-looking guy.
He's not played entirely well over the first 2 games, but Kevin Herter and Trae Young made a comment about, can't wait to get home. It's going to be about our crowd. And look, I've got respect for the fact there's going to be 21,000 people in Atlanta tonight.
Yeah.
They're going to sell out. They have sold out. But here's another thing I have respect for, and that's the fact that there is going to be a lot of Knicks fans in Atlanta for these 2 games. Now, I'm not saying it's 50-50, but I think there will be, you will hear Knicks fans loud and clear tonight.
That was going to be my question. Do you think on the broadcast, we hear Knicks fans?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think we hear like the Trae Young stuff, or do you think
that'll get booed out?
Like if the Knicks rock off 10 straight, you hear it?
Yes. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm down for that. I like it, man.
Look, this has been going on for years. Anytime you've watched a Knick-Hawk regular season game, and I get it's the regular season, there's always been a presence down there for 2 reasons. Number one, Knick fans travel, and I think there are plenty of Knick fans who are traveling down to Atlanta this weekend. I know a few of them. And also, there are New Yorkers everywhere, which means there are Knick fans everywhere. So while I think the crowd's going to be electric this weekend, I think you are going to hear the Knicks fan, and I'm not sure Trae Young and Kevin Herter are prepared for the sounds that they hear out of Atlanta tonight.
Yeah, I'm all pumped up for it. Listen, I wish the game was at 8 o'clock or later, so it's selfishly.
Why DVR it? Like I've told you before.
I don't DVR sporting events.
Why?
I can't. Because I just can't. It's not real for me.
What do you mean it's not real?
I can't.
What? But Craig,
I'm sorry. I can't DVR sporting events.
Craig, I understand that.
I won't. I'm not going to.
You are good. We are doing a full show today. We're going to keep you busy in traffic. And there's a chance we're going to hit traffic when we leave our shows.
There's no doubt we're going to hit traffic. It's Memorial Day weekend.
I understand.
There's already traffic.
I know. I hit it coming in.
Dude, the Holland Tunnel's going to be an hour and a half out of the city at 6:30 tonight.
Okay, so you're
taking the Hutch, but first you got to take the West Side Highway past the G-Dub.
Dude, it took me 2 hours to get home yesterday.
2 hours right there.
I understand. But when you get home,
I got to hear college kids broadcasting the Knicks game on the way home.
Exactly. That's why you DVR it. You started from the beginning, and I guarantee you'll catch up by, let's say, 5-minute mark of the third quarter.
Can't I watch it on my phone while I'm driving?
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
You're not allowed to do that, right? That's what I make sure. I'm not saying anyone else should, but am I allowed to?
That does not
I don't
seem
think I'm allowed to do that.
like a very good idea.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do that, but God knows I want to do it. It's going to be tempting. If I was a car manufacturer, I would build a shelf right behind the steering wheel so that my customers can watch TV while they're driving.
That also seems like a terrible idea.
That's what I would do. That's just me, though, but that's how I roll. Anyway, listen, Knicks, Hawks, bring it. Just bring it all day. Bring the enthusiasm. This is huge. It's on the road. It's a way for us to get right into, as Evan said, the 3-day Memorial Day weekend on the right foot. Now, then that same thing, listen, you're going to win. You know you're going to win. So there's not going to be a lot of net talk today because, frankly, out of fairness to the Nets, there's not a lot to say. They're going to blow the Celtics out. That series is already over.
Your lips to God ears. I understand why you think that. I understand why most people think that.
In New York. You know where it is.
No. I'm not. Yeah. Bro, I'm not trying to compare my Aja to yours. I get it's a different world. But understand this as a fan. And I think you do. No matter how much better you are than the other team, there is still that part of you that worries going into a game.
You're not worried about this series. Come on.
If I'm down 14-4, 5 minutes in, I'll start to say, what the hell's going on?
I'll call you and I'll virtually smack you in the face to get you off that mountain. You're good. You're moving on.
I'm excited for Milwaukee, honestly. They have a big injury. We have a big injury. They look fantastic destroying Miami. And I am starting to think about how that's going to match up. But that's for next week. That's for a week down the road. I get the Ajadas with the Knicks. I understand.
The other thing you said about a lot of New Yorkers going down to Atlanta, listen, because it's the 3-day weekend and ain't nobody working on Monday, I think you have more New Yorkers there Sunday than today. People still have to work today.
Right.
And I recognize flights are, I guess, relatively inexpensive compared to where they might have been a couple years ago. I have not flown in a long time, so I couldn't tell you. But if you're not working Monday and you're one of these guys that is either single or has a wife that doesn't care to spend time with you, and you're going down to Atlanta because you're a diehard Knicks fan, it's much easier for a New Yorker to go Sunday, come back Monday.
And you want to hear something crazy?
So
the prices to get into Madison Square Garden are so expensive, and this is not a knock at the Knicks. It's a compliment to how hot of a ticket the Knicks are. The Knicks are
in Game 5?
For Game 5, for even Game 1 or 2. It's expensive to go to a Knicks game unless you're lucky to have bought them immediately, and even then it's expensive. You could make an argument, and I think I could, that it would be cheaper to get a flight, go down to Atlanta, spend $110 sitting halfway decent seats in Atlanta, and come back, then laying out the money on StubHub to go to Madison Square Garden Wednesday night.
Yeah, I can't imagine what Game 5 tickets are being hawked for
I'm looking at
it. It's got to be absurd.
And the other trip,
I bet it's got to start at $1,000, right?
Not start at $1,000, but if you want to sit in a decent seat right now on StubHub, it's $600-700
minimum.
And it's going to go up, especially if the Knicks are up in this series. Like, that's the way sometimes it varies.
3-1 coming home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, listen, as long as the Knicks win one of the 2 games, that's going to be a stupid ticket.
I know you don't want to hear it, but let me just say this. There's also another trip one can make this weekend.
Let me think. Hold on a second.
It involves getting in your car.
If I may just think, what else could I possibly do this weekend? You go to Lake George. It's beautiful this time of year.
Try again.
I'm not a big Hampton guy, but I hear Hampton Bays is gorgeous this time of year. Montauk.
I-95. Not Montauk, and not with this weather.
You could go up to Connecticut, I guess.
You're getting closer.
Maybe hit Stanford. Check out Beldotti's Bakery.
Keep going.
You can go to Nantucket.
Oh, you're getting really close.
Nantucket's beautiful this time of year.
You're almost there, because if you went to this particular place, you'd be busy tonight, you'd be busy Saturday, and you'd be busy Sunday as we, even though we're the little guy, take over the city of Boston. That's right. You can pull off a net Islander trip this weekend.
Nice.
And if I was single, and I'm not, I have a wife and I have 2 kids, and unfortunately, or not unfortunately, fortunately, I have some other Memorial Day plans, but let's just say I didn't.
Were they family plans?
Family plans. My ass would be in Boston this weekend.
But you already spend a lot of time with your family. I'm sure they'd understand.
They would not understand.
No?
They would not
if
understand.
If you were like, listen, bitches, Daddy's going to Boston, Net Islander double dipper. You think when your son was 16, he'd appreciate it?
I think my son would
Probably.
appreciate it. I do not think my
so.
wife would be happy with me.
Your ex-wife would not be happy with you. That's not the man I married.
But for anyone else who's even thinking about this trip, I live vicariously through you.
Yeah, I bet there's people doing that. I can see that. If you are one of those people, we'll chat with you throughout the day. Real quick on baseball, because Aaron Boone's going to join us at 5 o'clock, and we have plenty of time. I do want to tip my cap to the New York Mets.
Yes.
And to Luis Rojas.
Yes.
Because the New York Mets went into a doubleheader yesterday, and even Mr. Positive Met fan over here to my right, Evan, was like, after they won the first game with Stroman 1-0, knowing Lucchesi was on the mound for game 2, Evan and most Met fans said, we're okay with the split.
Yes.
You kind of felt like you had a split,
100%.
right?
I said that, yep.
The fact that the Mets got out of that first inning yesterday afternoon and then scored 4 runs, the most runs they've scored in like a month.
Though a few of them were on bases loaded walks.
However you scored, don't matter.
I agree.
Listen, the Yankees won a game last week, Aaron Judge with a walk.
I agree.
So just take the W and go home. I want to give the Mets credit. I want to acknowledge that the New York Mets somehow, some way, have extended their lead in the National League East. I think are 4 games over 500 now.
That is correct.
And have found a way to win. Now, do they have problems? Yeah, they got a lot of problems, all of it based on injury. But I do want to say, like, when I'm critical of the Mets, I think it's fair criticism. When the Mets do something good, you got to acknowledge that. And however Luis Rojas has figured it out, however they have figured it out, I want to give the Mets credit. Let's not minimize. I know the Rockies suck.
Doesn't matter.
And I know the Rockies have 3 wins in total on the road this year.
Doesn't matter.
It does not matter. It's a win. A win. Good job.
Same thing with the 7-inning game. Have the Mets benefited from 7-inning games? Absolutely.
Yep.
No question. They have benefited from it. But somehow, with a lineup that is a shell of its former self, and Lindor still not really hitting, they won 3 out of 4 from the Rockies. And all they've got to do now, going into a weekend where I don't know how many times they're going to play because of the weather, they just got to survive. That's what they have to do until they get healthy. They've got to survive. And somehow, they're not just surviving. With the help of the NL East, with the help of a bad opponent, they've extended their lead, like you said, in this division.
Yeah, we always say you got to beat the bad teams, man. And even though they could be viewed as a bad team talent-wise right now, they beat the bad team. They did what they're supposed to do.
I look at this weekend against the Braves. I assume they're only going to play twice, get a win, and I'm thrilled.
Now, real quick, on the flip side of that coin is the Yankees. I'm glad the Yankees obviously took the second game of the doubleheader. Someone's got to – we're going to talk to Booney about it at 5 o'clock today. They are the single – other than the Chicago Cubs opponent the other day.
The Pittsburgh Pirates.
Whoever it was.
The first baseman,
Yeah.
Craig.
These are the dumbest baseball players I've ever seen when it comes to running bases.
Whoa. Hold on.
How many more guys are getting thrown out at the plate?
I
Gary
agree.
Sanchez got thrown out by 30 feet.
I agree with you, and I even tweeted this last night. And it was an obvious one, so you can kill me for it.
The ball was already in the infield when he
Okay,
rounded third.
Let's examine that first. That's a send. That's a great question for Aaron Boone.
Who sent him? Not Phil Nevin.
No, Carlos Mendoza, who is the bench coach, has been filling in for Phil Nevin. And I saw it clear as day last night. I confirmed it this morning just to make sure. He sent Gary Sanchez. So, yes, the Yankees make more outs than anybody on the base path.
Unbelievable.
You're right. But in that case, how can you kill Gary when his third base coach is sending him?
Okay, let me be clear. If that came out as me attacking Gary, I didn't mean it that way. He's slow as molasses. Sure, we know that. Apparently, the guy who's coaching third doesn't know that. I mean, you want to give the judge one a different view?
The judge one's completely different.
I give it a different view. But this is the single worst base running team in the history of baseball. You got a guy slow as molasses. Listen, they bring the kid up from the Somerset Patriots. He laces a ball off the wall for a double.
Floria.
Of course, after getting the double, they send him right back down
we got
to the
to
minors,
address that too,
which we'll get to.
Oh.
But here's the kid with a legit double off the wall, right?
Yes.
Does he get to enjoy it? Does he get an RBI? Nothing. because the slowest guy on the team is rounding third when their shortstop gets the ball, and we think we're going to score on that play.
No, you don't.
What are we doing?
The Judge one was so different because I hate to say this, and I know this is annoying and it may sound like a cop-out. The Blue Jays had to be perfect. It was a perfect play off the wall.
Perfect.
Hold on.
Oh, the Judge play.
Not Gary. Forget Gary.
Yeah,
that was a
right.
Mendoza mess up.
I said, I don't care. The Judge one. All right.
The Blue Jays executed it perfectly. Perfect relay, perfect tag. Everything was perfect. That one's just, hey, it's a good send. It didn't work. The Gary Sanchez one, if I'm booing and we'll talk to him at 5.
You're damn right we will.
I'm pissed off at Mendoza. If I'm booing when Carlos Mendoza comes into the dugout, I say, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? And by the way, it didn't matter that Gary was slow. You could have the fastest guy in the world. The ball is in the glove of the shortstop as Sanchez is touching third.
Like, I went back and double-checked that. It was.
Yes.
Yeah, by the way, the shortstop could have run home and gotten there before Gary Sanchez.
It was amazing.
I will say this, though. It's always good to see Sanchez hitting the crap out of the ball.
Yeah.
It is always good to see that, Bubba.
The other thing that was scary last night is there was no Aroldis Chapman, and nobody knew why. And the good news is he was, quote-unquote, sick.
Oh.
He wasn't feeling well.
It wasn't paternity leave or something?
It was not paternity. He wasn't feeling well. And do you have the audio of this classic moment in Yankee history? You're going to love this, Craig.
Well, let's shoot after the break. But
all right,
okay.
When we come back, you've got to hear this. A classic moment when another Yankee pitcher was, quote-unquote, sick. It's audio that you probably don't remember, and I guarantee will crack you up.
I'm looking forward to hearing that. The number to join us, 877-337-6666. Real quick, I just want to get Chris in here before the break. Chris, what do you got, bud?
Let's, Carton, really quick, just want to make a point. I'm actually the nephew of Ross Castaldo, and I saw you spoke to his class.
Oh, that's the sports journalism teacher at some school in Long Island, right?
Yeah, Connecticut High School, yeah.
I can't pronounce Connecticut. I don't know how you say it. How do you say Connecticut? How do you say it?
Connecticut.
Connecticut?
Connecticut High School.
Well, we got to change that. Like, what are we doing?
No,
Connecticut?
Yeah, Connecticut.
All right, Connecticut High School. I spoke to their journalism class today, and I had a very good time doing it. I do that a lot now. Yes. All right.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate you doing that. Like I said, it was really cool.
Yeah, why do you appreciate me doing it? I didn't do it for you.
Well, I mean, it's just really cool.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing you. Yeah, it seems like your uncle's a really good guy. His name is Ross, and he reached out and asked if I'd speak about gambling and about sports journalism.
Oh, nice.
Because he has a sports journalism class over there at Connecticut High School. And it was nice to see all these kids. It was virtual, of course, but I got to talk to them about my problems and also my career.
Very cool.
So there you go. Very good.
Look at you giving back.
I try to. I love talking to kids because I keep it reals with the kids. I keep
curse or do you clean it up? How do you do that?
No, I don't curse in that.
Okay.
No, I don't think it's appropriate.
Okay.
But I keep it real. I keep it 100.
Gotcha.
I tell every one of these classes, Evan, when's the last time you spent an hour outside without your phone on you? I go, somebody raised their hand. I'm waiting for a kid still to raise their hand.
Really?
And I say to them, you're missing the world. And I do this, like this.
You're waving your hands like you're swimming.
I show like I'm the world, like it's really big. And I go, you're missing the world.
That's a good question. I'm thinking about it myself.
Like I'm doing the breaststroke.
Last night when I got back, I mowed my grass in my tractor.
Yeah.
For an hour. I had a lot of grass to cut.
Yeah.
I had headphones listening to music. Does that count as using my phone?
Sure.
Why? I'm still experiencing the world. Yeah. I'm cutting grass. I'm waving to neighbors. Right. I mean, that's experiencing the world.
When's the last time you were outside for 1 hour straight without your phone? 877-337-6666.